going on, everybody? How's everybody doing on this wonderful Thursday? Who's ready for a beer? What's up, Duchess? How you doing, brother? Let's see. Grab myself a Spectacle Session IPA 4.4 from House Brewing from here in Phoenix. Nice, very nice. What's up, Ruff? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to hear, man. Oh, it's a Swaggins. What's going on, dude? Up, everybody's here. Rex, what's going on, brother? Kentucky, I knew you'd be here. But it's 4 o'clock, people. Let's do this. Boom. What is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today, we got a really cool one. I've actually never had a beer from this brewery before, so that's always really exciting when I get to try a new brewery and everything. But today, we're going over to Charlotte, North Carolina, and we're trying one from Heist Brewery over there. So I'm really excited to try this one out because today we're going to be looking at some Moj. Look at that. I just think that's fucking cool. I don't know, having just like little hops hanging out with the can of himself in a mimosa. Looks like that's really cool. I don't know, I think that's a really cool kind of can design when it comes to art. Really simple, but tells a story in the end. So that's what I really like about that. So before we get into that, actually, might as well pour this one in now before I even start talking about the brewery a little bit. So let's let's see what we get on this one, because I'm guessing if it's called Moj, I'm gonna get a lot of like orange citrusy notes out of this, because come on, if they're trying to imitate like mimosa kind of flavors with this, gonna get orange citrus in my face hole, which I really want. This guy comes out at a whopping 7.1% ABV. So yeah, it's in that almost in that kind of higher sessionable range where you can probably have a couple of these and be perfectly fine. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. I've never had anything from Heist, like I've said already, but hopefully they kind of knock it out of the park with my first kind of impressions with this one. So let's crack this guy open. Let's see what we get on the smell with this one. Oh yeah, citrus juice bomb. I feel like in my face. That's what this is going to be. Such bright, like very, very nice orange notes. Gonna get a nice hoppiness out of this one because this one has 70 IBUs, so it's getting up there on the higher realm of IBUs. So gonna get a nice hoppy bitterness along with that nice kind of creamy, citrusy flavors. I think gonna be nice and hazy. Yeah, this smells delicious, and it's gonna be perfect for this kind of day because it's kind of in like the low 80s over here. So this is like that perfect kind of weather for this kind of beer. So drink it out of my untapped pint glass this afternoon. Let's see how this guy pours. Oh yeah, super bright in color. Nice white frothy head coming on there. Slight haze, not too crazy when it comes to like looking like orange juice, but that's okay. A little bit of a head, not much, but has a really nice kind of orange, kind of orangish yellow kind of hue to it. Oh yeah, still getting a lot of those like bright citrus notes in there. A nice little hoppiness on there still. Yeah, I think this one's going to be absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's give this guy a try. So cheers, everybody. Oh yeah, holy crap, that's good. Straight in your face, like straight orange kind of citrus in there. Getting like a little bit of like a different citrusy note in there as well. Maybe like a lime kind of hitting right at the end to kind of give that extra refreshing pop with it. With it being 70 IBUs, I'm not getting a crazy, like, in-your-face hoppy bitterness, which is nice because you can tell this is a really, really smoothly mixed. Soft, pillowy, bright mouthfeel. Like I said before, juice bomb in your face. Has like a slight sweetness to it, which is really nice. It's because this one is a single hopped IPA, but it's actually made with hops that's out of New Zealand. It's actually brewed with I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but Motueka hops, which is out of New Zealand. So it's a single hopped IPA, single double dry hopped. But holy crap, yeah, there's a very, very nice kind of sweetness coming along with it, but very, very bright and citrusy flavors. Definitely really enjoying that kind of mix of orange off the front, and then right at the end you're getting like a nice kind of lime kind of citrus back note in there that just, oh yeah, this is so well balanced, so refreshing. Yeah, this is awesome, absolutely awesome. So really, really good first impression already. So let's talk about Heist Brewery really quick. So from what I've seen, in 2012 they were pretty much Charlotte's only craft brew pub. So originally brewed in a 10 HL German brew house, they expanded in 2017, adding 30 barrel production facility, and their original focus was on small batch beer and traditional Belgian and German style brews. In 2016, we found our stride, creating original hazy German style brews, original hazy IPAs in North Carolina. Citriquential. Since then, we worked tirelessly to expand our portfolio, now ranging from hazy IPAs and pilsners to fruited sours and adjacent stouts. We still make an occasional small batches, which are typically kept in-house for pours at both of their locations. So they're pretty much one of the first breweries in Charlotte, North Carolina, and starting off in like small batch situations. Kind of originally started with Belgian styles, like Belgian and German style beers, and then kind of as they kind of went on with age, they kind of learned of what they're really good at making, so they started incorporating with like IPAs and fruited sours and stouts. So I really like that a brewery is able to like start with an original mindset of a style of beer that they're going to make, but then kind of as the years go by, notice that let's try doing something different. They go and start making IPAs, and they realize they're doing it really well. So then they started experimenting with the fruited sour realm and the stout realm. So that's really cool. Kind of like it shows growth over time, which you always like to see in a brewery. You don't want to kind of see them stick to one style continuously and just stay with that. I mean, it's good to stick to a craft that you know, but when it comes to showing a brewery that pretty much grows experience with time, yeah, that's awesome. Absolutely a big fan of that. So let's see what the profile of this beer actually is. So Moj is a delicious hazy IPA brewed and double dry hop with 100% Motueka. I think I'm going to say Motueka hops, sourced all the way from New Zealand. The brewers at Heist chose this kiwi touch to give the smooth, thirst-quenching flavor of freshly squeezed oranges, pineapples, and mangoes. With a 7.1% ABV, it's like a straight-up Sunny D with a splash of booze and a kiss of lime. So right there, they say there's a little bit of a lime in there, so you're definitely getting those bright orange flavors in there. I think maybe the pineapple and the mango is helping add that kind of sweetness to it, but that lime at the end is what kind of I really love when a brewery does that, especially with a nice juicy hazy IPA, especially because this is the time of season this would be very popular when it's starting to get warm out and it's like you want to sit outside in the heat and enjoy a refreshing IPA. This is going to be on your list to drink for sure. So this main squeeze started as an experiment in hazy land, and the brewers surprised locals with its crushable flavor. Now it's a juice blasted IPA that fans are calling perfection. So of course, you can find stuff from, let's see, hold on, there's something here. So Condé Nast Traveler named Heist one of the 15 best breweries in beer-soaked Charlotte, North Carolina. So if you're ever in the Charlotte area, this is definitely a brewery that they recommend you hitting up. So that's really nice. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this. Holy crap. That's just everything one of the things that I look for in an IPA when it comes to a nice hazy IPA with like citrusy juice bomb flavor but then that really big kicker for me is being able to kind of keep those citrusy tropical notes in there, but then doing something different than a lot of breweries don't do, which I think these guys did fantastically, which add that little hint of lime in there. That lime will throw whatever kind of citrus you have in there through. Okay, so it's Motueka. Okay, so I was close. But when it comes to when I was saying before, when it comes to a nice hazy tropical IPA and like you're looking for bright citrus notes, sometimes it kind of gets too acidic. It depends on how it's brewed and depending how much of the specific hops they use. But when you're able to incorporate a different kind of citrus note, because everybody in here can probably tell the difference between an orange citrusiness or like a grapefruit citrus to a lime citrus. It's a much more bright. It's a much more. I don't want to say when you get like kind of a orangey grapefruit citrus, it's a little bit more floral. When this one is a little bit more of a lime citrus is a little bit more of like a bite to it, or like a zing kind of situation. But mixing those two different kind of like flavors of citrus together always just seems to like tone down those more acidic notes of like the orange and the grapefruit situation, and makes it really well balanced, and just overall creates a very good experience when it comes to wanting a crazy citrusy IPA in your face. And I think they knocked it absolutely out of the park with this one. I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. So let's see what they have to say about this one on Untappd. Hold on, before we do that, let's pour the rest of the can in there. So, let's see, like I said before, the 7.1% ABV with 70 IBUs, and with over 4,412 ratings on Untappd, this one has an average rating of 4.07. So, you look at it that way, pretty much, if it kind of, with over like if you kind of think about it, like every 1,000 people would probably give it a 4. So like over 4,000 people doing it and an average of a 4. Yeah, that's pretty much, you're almost getting to the point where everybody who drinks this one is giving it at least a 4 out of 5 on Untappd, which with that high amount of ratings for that high amount of people drinking this one, giving it that high of a rating, is you did something special with this one. And it's every mark you're looking for when it comes to a nice citrusy hazy IPA. So let's see what people will say about this one. Let's see. Somebody gave it a 4.5. Somebody gave it a 4. Checked in last week saying Happy American Craft Beer Week. Yep, that was last week. I freaking had a great time doing that. A lot of really cool beers that were up on the list for American Craft Beer Week, which was really cool. Another 4 out of 5 purchased from Tavor. 4 out of 5. Let's see, we got a 3.5. We got a 3.5. 4. Let's see. 3.75, another purchase off Tavor. 4, 3.75. 4.5, saying a very nice IPA. Another purchase off Tavor. So, very, very... Well, like, Kentucky, when I feel like I see, like, an orange citrus, to me, it's more of, like, an acidic citrusiness, if you know what I mean. But when it comes to, like, a lime citrus, it's more of that, like, natural kind of citrusy flavor that I guess I'm so used to. And then when it comes to having that little extra zing to it, to where there's like a bite at the end of the citrus, if you get what I mean. I don't know. That's the cool thing about it, is everybody's flavor profiles are different when it comes to like reading different notes of like citrus, kind of tart kind of situations. But yeah, this one absolutely knocked it out of the park with just a citrusy juice bomb in your face. So let's start going down the ratings here and figuring out what we're going to give this thing in ratings. So let's start with can art. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of the can art for this one. It's definitely very, very unique when it comes to just having a hops sitting in like a bath. I think, let's see, what it would have been really cool if he was actually drinking the same beer. I don't think he is. Oh yeah, he is. So that's really cool. How you're looking at a can of Moj, and then you look at the can right there. He's drinking in a can of Moj. Can't really get it to focus, but so it's like one of those Inception kind of feels where it's like, look at it, it's a picture of him again, and then probably if you look closer on the smaller can, it'd be another picture of him, and then so on and so forth. So I think that's really cool how there's just a hops hanging out in a mimosa kind of situation, showing that it's a bright orange. I really like the font they used for this one, just kind of having those, like, when it comes to using with the M and the O and the J, they kind of had put like a little bit of like a shine to it, like it was kind of liquidy. I don't know if you can see those white spots to it, but I think that's a really nice touch to showing that, kind of giving that liquidy kind of font to it. But yeah, can art's awesome. They took up a good amount of real estate on here. They didn't leave anything to kind of just be blank. Of course, in the background, you could kind of see like the faded out kind of hops in the background, kind of looking like it's on a table in the background too. So that's a really cool touch when it comes to can art for that. Of course, you got the logo for the brewery right there when it comes to Heist. So that's really nice. Their logo is really appealing to the eye. But yeah, if I saw this in a liquor store or a bottle shop, this would definitely catch my attention just because it's just outrageous seeing a hop sitting in a mimosa just drinking a beer. So I think that's pretty cool. So I give this a solid like 4.75 out of 5 for me. I'm really, really big fan of this one. This is one of the things that caught my attention to this one when I saw it on Tavor with this freaking crazy looking can art. So they did a really good job with this. So let's see. If I got this in a flight at Heist, would I get another one? Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. Without a doubt. This would be the perfect kind of beer to sit out like at a brewery, and if they had outside patio on a hot day, this would be the beer I go for because of it, because the citrus flavors are so bright, the great like mix between the lime and the orange kind of situation going on there balances really well. I think the mango and the pineapple are kind of giving a nice little sweetness to it. But yeah, absolutely knocked it out of the park with this one. I'd get another glass of this if I got it in a flight, and I'd probably get a couple 4-packs to bring home. That's how much I'm enjoying this one. Absolutely. So, what is my final rating on this guy going to be? Like I said before, citrus notes are awesome. And sweetness mixing well with the kind of those hoppy flavors is so well incorporated. This was very, very well brewed, and you can tell they took their time and kind of created something that's kind of turned into like a cult favorite when it comes to going over to Heist. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's on tap over there right now, but let's actually, before we kind of give my final rating on this stuff, let's see what their food menu is like, because knowing that they have a food menu, kind of can figure out what we would think this beer would pair well with. So let's see, they do anything from a bunch of appetizers, from like, of course, pimento cheese. Being in North Carolina, it's a big thing. Let's see, Chipotle chicken nachos, that sounds awesome. Of course, they got burgers when it comes to, let's see, because they really are big into they have a big like wood fire oven at their location, so they kind of incorporate things that would be on their food menu when it comes to taking advantage of the wood fire oven. So that's really cool that they do that as well. If having a high quality kitchen back there when it comes to high quality food, and then kind of coming out with high quality beers, it's like a match made in heaven. So of course, with it being in the South, there's a burger on the menu with pimento cheese. So I really like that they're sticking to a lot of like Southern inspired foods and everything when it comes to there's barbecue. Let's see, you got fried chicken, you got everything you can kind of think of when it comes to. I'm surprised they don't have any seafood out there, because I bet you when it comes to that area as well, with being in Charlotte, you're kind of more inland than getting off the coast, but I think you can still get some pretty fresh seafood out there as well. So that's really cool. But what would I think this would pair with? Let's see. So I'm getting bright orange, citrus, lime notes. So what would that go with on this menu? I think either maybe the Diablo burger, because there's jalapenos, bacon, pimento cheese, pico de gallo. I feel like adding that little extra bit of lime in there, and would like kind of overall creating a really well balanced, like, because when you think of lime flavors and the citrusy flavors, you think of kind of Mexican food and all that stuff. So getting like the jalapeno flavors and the pimento cheese, where it's like there's peppers in that, and kind of getting the dairy flavor in that. Of course, with the pico de gallo, with the onions and the cilantro. I feel like this beer would really pair well with their Diablo burger, just because it would kind of enhance the flavors of that. Maybe that would make that pico de gallo in that burger pop a little bit more, because I'm guessing they use a little bit of lime juice in that, because in a lot of pico de gallos they definitely use lime juice. Let's see, anything else you think would this pair with? Depending on what kind of rub they use, so they do beer braised pork shoulder, so it's not smoked. So I'm kind of curious what kind of beer they're using, because I don't know because when I think of barbecue and kind of pulled pork, I think of it. See, that's always tough, because it depends on the rub. It depends on kind of the wood you're using, if the kind of beer you're drinking with it would go with. But I'm looking at something right here that I think would absolutely be the easiest pair. So they have mango shrimp tacos. If you get the mango shrimp tacos over at Heist, this is the beer that you should get with it. Absolutely. Because orange, lime, citrus, mango, pineapple going along with like mango, kind of like a mango salsa along with the shrimp and everything. Yeah, okay. So between the Diablo burger and the mango shrimp tacos, I think would be the best pairings with this beer to get with on that menu. I think that would be an absolutely fantastic pairings. So that's definitely something to keep in mind if you're over at Heist and you're kind of looking to get some food over there while you're there, because that's always a good experience while you're over at a brewery, because a lot of the time a lot of microbreweries kind of take advantage of getting fresh ingredients when it comes to all their foods and all that stuff. So that's really cool. But I don't think this beer is on tap over there right now, because I looked a little bit earlier. They have a couple other stuff. They have some Pilsners on tap over there, some sours, a couple hazy IPAs. So maybe if you'll go over there in the near future, if they still have the Citriquential IPA, I think, since there's nice citrus notes in that, that might actually pair well with some of the stuff on there when it comes to maybe like the Diablo burger and the mango shrimp tacos. But if you go over there when they have the Mojang on tap, I get one of those two items, and I feel like you will not be disappointed at all, because I don't know, mango shrimp tacos with kind of like a bright orange citrus lime kind of beer would just enhance those like kind of tropical flavors in those tacos, and the tropical flavors in this beer just like through the roof, and it's sounds great. So let's get back to what my final rating on this guy is going to be. Like I said before, the flavors in here are so explosive, so tropical, so refreshing. It's outstanding. A really, really big fan of this one. I'm going to give this one, I think, a solid between an 8.5 and 8.75. Really, really good. I would highly recommend it to anybody who's in the Charlotte area and looking for a nice, like, juicy, hazy IPA. Yeah, they knocked it out of the park with this one. So definitely would highly recommend this one. Heist has some of their stuff available on Tavour. If you're able to get stuff from them, I know it's kind of like a hard situation to get stuff from Tavour because it kind of varies between where your location is. I know they deliver between stuff in like the northwest suburbs of Illinois to the DC area. It just kind of varies, and I know they do stuff down in Dallas. So my recommendation, if you're trying to find stuff on Tavour, just download the app and they'll put in your zip code and you'll be able to find out if you can get stuff from Tavour right away because they'll tell you. Like, if you're not able to, they'll tell you we can't deliver it to you. But when it comes to finding possible other situations to where you can get beer delivered to you, my biggest recommendation, it's probably the biggest social media platform when it comes to beer drinkers, is get yourself on Untappd, because you can check in your beers, you can see other people, what people are drinking, you can kind of see, like, if it's a beer you're looking at or wanting to buy, you can kind of search that beer and kind of see what other people's opinions were on, and then all that kind of thing. And it's a very, very great social media platform for beer drinkers. It's just, if you're not on Untappd and you like craft beer, what are you doing with your life? Is pretty much what I'm trying to say. Because when the amount of deals, when it comes to the amount of like subscription services that you can have when it comes to beer crates and all that stuff, you can get glassware, they give discounts and all that stuff. They kind of promote like kind of sit downs with brewmasters from different kind of breweries throughout the country. So it's a really, really cool thing they do over there. So if you're on Untappd, shoot me a friend request. I want to see what other people are drinking as well. The link to my profile is down in the description below. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Super, super solid one from Heist. I'm really, really impressed with this. I'm definitely kind of be upset when this one's finished, just because I can see smashing down a couple of these and just having a good day. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are amazing. Always appreciate every single one of you. If you're hanging out, make sure to hit that like button on your way out. It would help me out a lot. Also, if you're watching on the replay, let me know down in the comments below what you're drinking as you're watching my videos. I kind of want to start having that be a thing to where if you're on the replay crew, let me know if you're drinking a beer while you're watching my stuff, and kind of just let me know what kind of beer it is, ABV, all that kind of stuff. Like how Dutch just did at the beginning of the chat when he kind of named off what beer he was drinking, ABV, all that kind of stuff. I want to see that down in the comments below of what people are drinking as they're watching my stuff on the replay. But other than that, that's pretty much it, guys. Again, thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are awesome. Again, make sure to hit that like button on your way out. It would help me out a lot. But we're going to end it since it's Thursday like we always end it. So, I'll say it like I always do. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And if you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And it's Thursday, people. So let's do this. Cheers, everybody. See ya.